Hey guys, welcome back. So I'm gonna save my rant till we go to the charts because I'm still a little bit stressed out today. So in a nutshell, we had 4 red trades in a row today. Every time I tried to trade a setup, we didn't get the follow through I was looking for, and it happens. Luckily, all of them were small losses. I cut my losses right away. But the last 2, I could have took 5% profits on them. So I'm a little bit disappointed in myself that I didn't do that. But I was just looking for just a little bit more. I wouldn't say I was getting greedy, but I was it wasn't at my price target yet, and it wasn't even really on the way to the price target yet. So I was really looking for more pivots, more reversals. But yeah, just one of those days where it doesn't really work out in your favor. GNUS was the biggest winner today, and I gotta say, I had this very strong bias towards not wanting to trade it. I was overly pessimistic. I'll talk about that near the end of the video as we review the chart on GNUS. But you know what? I really had to throw that bias out the window. So today's biggest lesson was definitely not to be overly biased. And biases sometimes there's a reason for them. So with GNUS, for example, it was up way high. It's up from 10 cents to what is it now, like $7-8 in just a couple of trading weeks. So I felt like it was super overextended, and a lot of times you see stocks like this get direct public offering and then they shoot to the downside, and I didn't really want to be part of that. But at the same time, I know that usually doesn't happen between 9:30 and 10 o'clock, and if GNUS is the hottest stock and there's beautiful breakouts on it, I should trade that, especially on a big pullback to like $5 after a breakout, and then that rips again. So GNUS, I was overly biased. And then WISA was our lead gapper that had a perfect red to green move. Unfortunately, I missed that move because I was talking to the mailman at like 9:30, like 1. It was the worst timing probably ever. I only answered the door because he just would not stop ringing it. But whatever, that it is what it is. And it's not totally his fault. He was new. He had honestly no idea what he was doing. He didn't speak German or English. And he was supposed to deliver the package actually to a different location. So, what are the chances of that? Whatever. Okay, enough of the rant. I don't want to, put him down or anything like that. Sometimes life gets in the way, and I think I was a little bit kind of annoyed after that, and then that probably affected my trading a little bit as well. So I should have been maybe more conscious on that fact alone. I don't know. A lot to kind of reflect and think about. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I don't know, make fun of me, maybe don't. I'm fragile right now. Whatever, it is what it is. We're still green on the month. We just got to keep going the way we're doing. Everything's going right. It was just like a little bit of a step back since we gave back our profits from yesterday, and I really don't like when that happens. If you do want to make me feel a little bit better, consider leaving a like, guys. Especially if you enjoy the content, then definitely leave another like. If you could leave 2 likes, that'd be amazing. If you're totally new here and you want to learn more about trading or what not to do, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon too, because we go live every morning at 9:15 a.m. to first review the watch list and then trade the market open. I would love to see you there. There's always something new to take away from the growing community. And yeah, let's dive into the charts now. Whew, all right, guys. As you probably noticed in the intro video, I was probably a little bit annoyed, but wow, what if today has probably just been my least lucky day ever. So I don't want to rant about this, but wow, at 9:27, mailman rings 3 times the door. That's like never happened before. Then I don't answer it because I'm like, no. And then it's like a minute or 2 into the market open, he's ringing my door. Like at the door. I'm in an apartment building. So first they were ringing the general apartment building door, and then they were ringing on my door, where this guy didn't answer it at first, kept on knocking, and then I'm like, okay, whatever. I open the door. This guy barely speaks German. That's where I am right now, and I'm trying to communicate with him. Doesn't work. His scanner thing, he can't get it to work. I'm like, holy moly. And it's like 9:33 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I should have never opened that door. So worst part is the package wasn't even supposed to go here. It was supposed to go to a pack station. So this was not even supposed to happen. It's not even like he messed up. He like did something he wasn't even supposed to do and extra messed up. So whatever, enough of my rant. That was annoying. The trade, I only saw this in hindsight because I missed the whole move. But here, I mean, here it is. I have it written down. WISA, 60% gapper, tiny float, under a million float. This is exactly what we're looking for. This thing runs up 75% pre-market, US semiconductor, with some certification that it's ready for LG TV. So not really sure how big of a catalyst it was. I didn't think it was going to be that big because it wasn't really gapping up, over 100, 200%. It was a low float, and for a low float to only be moving 70% on a catalyst, that I don't know. I didn't have the highest hopes for it. Let's just say. Never pulled back too much, but let's just look here at the chart very quickly. And sorry, I've got a whole bunch of lines on here. We were playing around on the stream a little bit with the lines, so just try to not get overwhelmed too much because there's a lot going on. If you have any questions what the lines are, leave a comment below and I will definitely answer you. But in a quick nutshell, we have the 9-minute EMA, 15-minute EMA, VWAP. We got the 200 EMA here. Am I missing something? I don't know. I might be. All right, so red to green move, perfect red to green move. I'm not even kidding. This is like the best red to green move. 3 candle pullback, 8%. So I like to buy either on the third red candle or I like to buy on the first green candle to make a new high above the red candle. So that would have been here at 325. So entry here or here, doesn't really matter. We have a nice move out of the gate. Could have even bought this dip here. And then, this thing ran up 16%. That would have been the one trade, would have been boom, done. And, could have wrapped up there. Well, I would have had 2 trades left because my first trade, I was allocating 3 times today. So I had position size today of, on average, I'm trading, half of my portfolio every day. So I can alternate it since it's a cash account. So I'm trading $3,000, so $1,000 per trade. So I basically had $1,000 ready to go on the first trade. I guess I'll quickly wrap up WISI since we're already talking about it. I try to buy this break here. We had a little bit of, I wouldn't say a 5-minute breakout. Let me quickly go here. Actually, yeah, we did. We had a nice little 5-minute breakout. I was buying this pullback here and was looking for a continuation, ideally a break above VWAP. Didn't happen, closed this position, not a big deal. Whatever. It wasn't even that big of a loser. It was like a 3% loss. Next trade, we have a nice falling wedge here, and I'm like, ooh, I like falling wedges. Typically, I don't trade falling wedges on when I day trade. It's more of a swing trade thing for me. We got a nice little, okay, well, it was pretty weak. We had a break of the falling wedge, and I was like, okay, I like to buy the breaks of falling wedges on the pullback. So I bought the pullback here. It was almost a near perfect entry, and then we were up 5% on this trade at one point. I could have closed it, but I was waiting for a break above 3.2. We didn't get that. Held too long because I was focused on a different trade, and then it closed this one for like a 2% loss or something like that. It was about 7 cents a share or 9 cents a share. Okay, it was a little bit bigger. Maybe it was like 4% loss. I don't know. Either way, tiny position size. It didn't really matter. Losers are okay. I always say losers are okay. There's nothing wrong with taking a loss with trading. But I think at this point, I was just like a little frustrated. I was like, oh, come on. Like, I'm getting skunked. I'm not getting the follow through that I'm looking for on stocks that, should be performing a little bit better here. So the next trade, what do I do here? $92 loss today. Again, it's not that big of money. It's a small account challenge, but it's just like, today could have been an easy green day. Actually, today was a tricky day, but it could have been green still on that one trade alone because we would have made, 10-15% on that. And then all of my other trades, if they were red, it wouldn't have mattered because I cut my losses pretty quickly. So it's just so annoying somehow today. Sorry, guys, I'm a little flustered. Wait, I don't know if flustered is the right word. I'm more just like agitated today. Okay. And I don't know what to say. Okay, so next trade. Actually, the first trade before we do all the WISA madness was SECO. So let's quickly go to SECO. And this trade out of the gates, this was one of the top 3 stocks that I was looking at, mainly because pre-market there wasn't a lot happening. It was really just 3 main stocks, and this one was up 140%. It never pulled back too much, so I was like, okay, this is kind of looking okay. We might have an interesting open into the market open. So, and we did. We had a nice little break here at VWAP. We pulled up 8%. We just didn't hold our highs. And this is like right the time when I finished talking to the mail guy. This is how you know it's at a bad time because red to green moves over more or less, and I'm just right now, this is like the first 3 minutes I was just in conversation mode. That is literally a gap and go momentum day trader's worst nightmare to be in a conversation the first 3 minutes into the market open. Oh my God, I'm gonna have like a nightmare about this. Okay, enough complaining about me. I get back, I'm like a little bit shaken up. I'm like, what the heck just happened? I'm looking for this to be a continuation. So as momentum comes in here, this was a green candle at the time. I kind of buy this breakout here at 4.8. Was looking for a continuation. Was looking to, I didn't want to get overly aggressive with this one. So I probably would have sold into highs here, maybe around $5. That was kind of my plan. I'm not sure if I said it out loud or not, but that's typically how it goes. I typically look for 20 to 40 cents a share. And that was kind of the move, right? Before $5, that would have been around 40 cents a share, around 30. So like right in the middle of my target. And then, you know, this one didn't happen. I'm like, okay, whatever, you know, first trade loss, doesn't matter. I closed the trade. Not a big deal. It's not a big deal taking losses. It's just, you know, this trade didn't work out. We didn't get the follow through. And then we had WISA, didn't work out twice, didn't get the follow through. The second trade, they were all potential entries. They just didn't get the follow through. So what's next here? And you know, if we just held, we could have even sold for like a scratch on this one. And then the last trade, again, didn't get the follow through. So today, 4 red trades in a row. Ridiculous. Let's go here. So huge was one of our lead gappers, 280% on the day, 8 million shares outstanding, everything looking good. Canadian pharma with FDA approval on phase 2 coronavirus patient treatment. I mean, everything's looking pretty hot. It was stair stepping up, and I don't really like when it's overly aggressive like this. So we had one leg consolidation, second leg consolidation, and this was the third leg. And we got halted. Huge got halted for like, I don't know, it's like 20, 30 minutes or so. It didn't open up. It got halted somewhere in this area. So boom, here we go on 9:17 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's 13 minutes till the market opens. It gets halted. And it didn't open up till 10 o'clock. So that was basically a 43-minute halt. That's a long halt. Who knows what it like, I think it was at 10 o'clock it opened up. Anyway, pulls back. This was really aggressive, 30%, has a nice little bounce here. Missed the bounce though, because I was waiting for a bit bigger of a pullback, but 9.5, I mean, it's an okay entry. What I like about this one is the fact that, you know, it was major support here in a breakout area pullback zone. So it would have been maybe a good entry. But at this point, you know, I already have, I think, 2 bad trades. No, just 1 bad trade in the belt. I don't know. And I'm like, I'm not trying to get halted on the way down. So I lose my aggression and I don't enter this trade, which is totally unfortunate. Actually, I think by this time, wait, let me quickly check. No, this 1013 was this trade. So, okay, well, WISA, why am I all the way back here? So yeah, so where am I at now? W1013. Okay, so this is just around the time of the huge trade. This was a little bit after I had my second loss. Had to bounce. I'm probably not looking, you know, to buy something getting halted on the way down. And now I have 1 trade left, and I'm like, oh, what am I going to do? Would be nice, you know, I'm only down like, you know, $60 or something. Like I can make a recovery, or like $70 at the time. So I'm waiting for some sort of 5-minute indicator. I'm waiting for some sort of setup, and eventually we get one. We have right here, we have a break higher. We have a pullback. I buy the pullback. I was pretty happy with this entry. Probably could have been a little bit better, but boom, a 5-6% move. Oh, that's like really close to my price range. On a $9 stock though, I'm looking to take profits, you know, ideally into like an 80-cent move. And we're getting into that territory. Unfortunately, we didn't get that follow through. I was looking for this VWAP area, it didn't happen, and then I get shaken out here on this flush to the downside, 903. So I could have even walked away break even on this trade. So it's tough, you know, like 4 trades in a row. All of them kind of worked a little bit. I could have closed for a small profit, but then, you know, we didn't get the follow through. Actually, the first 2 didn't work, but the second 2, I could have walked away with about 5% each. So that could have been it. Boom, right there. Not even the best trades, and walked away with 10% profit on the day. So that's, you know, like it's, Oh, I know we could have had a good big green day today. I think that's why I'm a little bit annoyed. Like it, whatever. I think here's two takeaways. One, obviously GNUS was a super hot stock, and this is actually what I wanted to talk about today. I totally forgot, so I looked at my little reminder sheet. So GNUS, out of the gates, I didn't really want to trade it because to me GNUS has been super overextended, but you know, it doesn't seem like anyone else cares, obviously, because this thing just keeps on running. Yesterday, I didn't want to trade it. Today, I didn't want to trade it. We had a nice bounce off 5, and I should have been less biased on this one. I got to say, I was overly biased to the downside. I was way too pessimistic for a gap and go trader. You know, I need to start seeing the best in some of these stocks if I want to continue doing gap and go strategy, which I do. You know, out of the gates, I would have not had to trade GNUS. I could have just been like, okay, well, I'm not really super excited about it, so let me be a little bit cautious here. But you know, honestly, when we had this pullback to about $5, we cracked $5 and the selling reversed right away. I should have jumped on this like there was no tomorrow. This green candle was the biggest buy indicator ever. I wasn't watching GNUS though. I got to be honest, I just was not looking to trade it. This was a 14% move in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles. That's not bad. That's 3% a minute. I mean, that's a good job. A little bit longer consolidation here. I don't know if I would have traded this one very well. I probably would have maybe fumbled or got shaken out here. But I got to say right here, this is probably the cleanest potential entry. So we have a 5-minute breakout here at 10 o'clock. We have a 1-minute pullback. We actually have a 2-minute pullback here. So maybe, I don't know, this one's tough. So it hits the 9-minute EMA and then rallies here another 17%, pulls back again, and you know, rallies here 20%. So GNUS had all the trading opportunities today in it. I missed it because I was overly biased, so shame on me for being so biased. But you know, buying that first dip off of $5, I should have done that one. There's so many opportunities today. You know what? I'm always gonna allocate my account for trades because 3 trades is fine, but the thing is, like, sometimes you just got to cut your losses, right? And if you cut your losses on 2 trades in a row and then all of a sudden you only have 1 trade left and you're like, you know, ugh, it's an annoying position to be in. So the more trades I can do, and honestly, as we grow with this account to like maybe $10,000, then I might do 5 trades a day because the more trades I have, the less risk per trade and the more potential I have to snag the big winner, right? Or not even snag the big winner, but just like constantly, you know, make smarter decisions and have less risk on the table. So, you know, I'm not upset really today because, you know, great learning environment, great learning opportunities. I'm just a little bit agitated on kind of not, I guess, bad luck on this exit, like just unfortunate events. And, you know, sometimes life smacks you in the face a little bit. And that's how I feel today. So thanks for hearing my rant. Yeah, I mean, sticking to the original plan, guys, and not being overly biased. Those are the 2 biggest takeaways. So stick to the plan and get your bias out of the way. So I hope you guys enjoyed that content or enjoyed the video. And I gotta say though, having a bias sometimes isn't the worst idea. Like, you can, like, there's a reason I'm against buying something that's on its like 5th or so big green day. I mean, GNUS was at 10 cents like a few weeks ago. And I've been in a stock when it gets a direct public offering and it goes down 60%. And that usually happens on something that's up this much. So there's a reason I didn't want to trade GNUS. And I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing that I was so cautious, but in that first, like, you know, 30 minutes of the market open, you typically don't get direct public offerings. And I should have, I mean, that's a fact I know. And then I also know that it happens on stocks that are this high up, but you know, tend to be like at 10:30, 11 later in the day. So I should have been like, okay, well, this is a hot stock. Let me jump on this one. I don't probably have to worry too much about offerings because it's still very early in the day and it's not pre-market. So let me trade what's in front of me. Let me trade the patterns in front of me. And that could have made me very profitable today. So I think I'm just a little bit mad at myself. Just, you know, everyone has days like today. So it is what it is. I just, you know, I was really excited for today. And then it didn't go anywhere near, obviously, as I planned, but whatever. You win some, you lose some. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap up there.
Don't forget to drop a like if you enjoy the content. Subscribe if you're new here. I would love to see you again. Till next time, guys, stay safe and make some awesome trades. Ciao, ciao.